time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. Springfield Green County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Blue Current, moving you forward since 1929. Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning on Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. We got a lot going on this week, busy week. So we'll begin with some news.
Development over the weekend in the search for missing Springfield native and Mizzou student Riley Strain. He went missing 10 days ago in Nashville after a night out with friends. Nashville police this weekend found Riley's bank card on Sunday. It was near an embankment between the Cumberland River and Gay Street. Again, this was close to the water. We do know that crews have searched parts of the river, but again, still no sign of Riley at time of recording. A woman from Aurora who plowed into a big group of motorcyclists about a year ago, killing 4 of them and injuring others, is now out of jail on bond. Teresa Manetsky was driving under the influence last June when police say she rammed into a group of motorcyclists. A judge granted her a $500,000 bond. She's now on house arrest. She must wear a GPS monitor and she cannot operate a vehicle.
Wow. 4 people. Man, I remember when that happened. That was just horrific, that news.
Well, and it was less than a year ago, and she's out of jail. Less than a year ago.
I can't understand that because, I mean, we do stories on people who have financial crimes, and they're in prison for more than a year. A lot of them. I don't know what all went into that decision, so we'll move on. You might recall about a month ago, Springfield banned video gaming machines across the city. You see them in gas stations, some bars, nightclubs, those sorts of things. Now Springfield native Democrat Crystal Quaid, the state House Minority Floor Leader, and who's running for governor, as you know, is hoping to legalize the devices, regulate and tax them as well. The bill would, her bill would legalize them, and then cities or counties still could have the opportunity to vote to ban them if they wanted to. Quaid's bill would also legalize sports gambling in all of Missouri. So it's a big one to watch. We'll see what happens. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of pressure by the sports teams across the state of Missouri. Most of the professional sports teams lobbying for sports betting to be legalized.
I know. They don't know what they're doing to the state, but they've got a dog in the fight. So,
well, it's so weird because I went to college in Las Vegas, and even when I was in college in the early 90s, the colleges were very careful about Las Vegas. They would not have events in Las Vegas because they didn't want the appearance of gambling. But now it seems everybody's embraced it. Like completely. So
yeah,
big shift. If you're feeling the pinch of inflation again, you are certainly not alone. Inflation at the wholesale level, this is the wholesale level, was measured. The Labor Department says it is much higher than they anticipated. This was last month. The producer price index measured before consumer buys it. We usually talk about the consumer price index, which is what we feel when we go to the store, and that's incredibly high as well. This is the producer price index, surged by 0.6% in the month of February from the previous month, up from January. That is, as we said, higher than predicted and will no doubt have an effect on the prices we pay. So get ready for maybe more price increases.
The Missouri Senate has passed a program that will allow scholarships for families who want to send their kids to private schools, religious schools, charter, virtual schools. It's part of an expanded tax credit program. It now heads to the House for approval. Again, it did pass the Senate. There were some compromises in the bill because it was pretty controversial for the opponents of this. So the bill also includes hundreds of millions of dollars in added funding for K-12 public schools, as well as more money for districts that stick to a 5-day school week instead of a 4-day.
Interesting. So the state is for 5-day a week, I guess, if they're giving more money for that to reward
this bill
schools?
Specifically, yes, would kind of reward schools who maintain the 5-day school week. it benefits them to have seats, butts in the seat, and so this bill kind of, like I said, is compromise. It does both. Like it helps allow for scholarships for private schools, religious schools, but also is somehow going to add, it says hundreds of millions of dollars to K-12 funding.
Okay. City of St. Louis, meanwhile, is dwindling in size. New numbers from the Census Bureau show that more people are moving out of the city. 3,200 people to be exact. People there say it's due to high crime rate, which we've reported on is out of control. Governor Mike Parson says it's a concern for the state because St. Louis is now the 23rd largest U.S. metropolitan area when it comes to population, down from number 21. I remember when I was working there, all of my working career, it had been market 21. We TV markets are ranked by DMA, the size of the population who can watch. And St. Louis was always market 21, which is a pretty good sized market. It was always my goal to get there. And now it's fallen to 23.
Yep.
Not good.
It's wild. Yep. Conservationists want your Bradford pear trees and your calorie pear trees, spelled Callery. I had to look that up because I was not familiar, but both of those trees apparently are considered invasive. So a few groups are hosting buyback programs. Anyone who submits a photo of your tree that is cut down, either one, the Bradford pear or the calorie pear, will get a free native tree to replace it. So the registration process is open right now. You can submit that photo now through April 15th. All of that can be found online at the Missouri Department of Conservation's website.
Man, just driving around because they're in bloom right now. You see a lot. I don't know about the calorie. They probably look similar.
They do look similar. Yes. I looked it up earlier and was checking out some of the images.
I see a lot of what I think are Bradford pear trees around. And they're pretty right now, but yeah, they are invasive. And they break at the drop of a hat when there's any kind of wind, split in half. 1587 Prime. That's a pretty cool name. Kansas City Chiefs stars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce want to open a steakhouse in Kansas City by that name. The two are working with a Las Vegas company to hopefully open 1587 Prime early next year. They plan to put it on the Lowe's Kansas City Downtown Hotel. And, of course, 15, Kelce. Or Mahomes, 87, Kelsey's number. They put their numbers together, and that's how they get that.
There you go. Voting opens this Friday, for Springfield's Next Top Dog. It's an online fundraiser put on by the Community Partnership of the Ozarks. $1 donated equals one vote. So you can figure out how it works. It's all online. The dog that helps raise the most money will be crowned the 2024 Springfield Top Dog. So check it out right now online. Prizes will be awarded for the winning dog. And the voting on Friday starts at bidpal.net/topdog. bidpal.net/topdog. Or you can just look it up on social media, which might be easier, at the Community Partnership of the Ozarks page.
Okay. Very good. Wonder if our puppy would get any votes.
Our puppy would surely get votes. She is so cute. We got a new dog. Ethan got a new dog while I was gone to Kentucky speaking at a conference. I came home and there was a new dog. I sort of wanted a second dog. It's just funny because he pulled the trigger without an actual conversation. So I was like, oh, alrighty.
I do have a text record that I can show to the folks. One of the last text in that conversation being, "I can't believe you're not getting this dog."
The dog is amazing.
Right.
She's
and we got a good deal on the dog from some friends. And
yes, my friend Jen was selling it. And it was funny because the first morning I had her on my lap. She was chewing on the corner of my Bible. And I was like, no, and like smacked her. Anyway, I took a picture because she was so cute. Sent it to my friend. And you know what she said? She says, look, she even loves the Lord. She devours the word. That's hilarious. Hello. That's funny. That's funny. I know good humor. So
That's good.
anyway,
Yep.
it was very funny. Anywho, she's a cutie and she's not in the top dog contest, but she should be.
Yell, is Griffin in the room with you or the next room?
No,
Okay.
no, he's not. Okay, I want to say this before we go. We have a new contest starting today because you can smell baseball season. The family 4-pack for the Springfield Cardinals.
Yeah.
They have a home game, yes, on April 12th, which is a Friday. And for a lot of the games, there's fireworks after the game. So it would be a great time. Family 4-pack. Check it out right now at aroundtheozarks.com and then just click on contest.
Yeah, we're going to have a great season of contests, a lot of baseball. We're excited about it. I love the Springfield Cardinals. I can't wait for baseball to be back because it's just fun to sit out there, have some peanuts and Cracker Jack.
Yep.
And you have good odds. You have good odds of winning that contest. If you go to aroundtheozarks.com, you're going up against other folks who listen to the podcast, and there's a good chance you could win. So do it.
There you go. And yes, I will wrangle the dog for tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, tune back in and you can see our cute new dog.
All right. Well, we hope you have a great Monday. It's the beginning of March Madness. This is my favorite week of the year. So I am really looking forward to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be the best.
Yes.
March Madness.
It is. All right.
Okay. Have a great Monday.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday. I hope you haven't put away the winter coats just yet because it is going to be a cold day, a really frigid day to start the work week. We've got temperatures starting out in the mid-20s this morning, and we are only warming to about 44 degrees this afternoon. And that comes with a really strong wind out of the north, gusting over 20 miles an hour. So blustery, cold, not a good day to be spending outdoors. Definitely lots to talk about in this forecast because I have some major changes ahead. It's not going to stay cold all week. Spring officially arrives this week. In fact, it happens on Tuesday, and we have the spring-like weather back in this forecast as well. Lots of twists and turns here, some ups, some downs, and even a rain chance. So I'll dive right in this morning. Sub-freezing temperatures to start the new week. That's, of course, the big headline for you this morning. And if you've stepped outside, you know it is unpleasant. We have temperatures in the mid-20s. If anybody has any sensitive vegetation out, well, it may be too late. We've been in the mid-20s for a few hours now, and I think we will warm back above the freezing point this morning, probably by morning drive time. But it's just been a cold day out there, and I don't have much in the way of relief in this extended forecast. Temperatures, well, they're going to be in the mid-20s, so grab a coat early on. We also have freezing temperatures in the forecast overnight tonight. Any sensitive or uncovered vegetation will be at risk of dying if you have it out late tonight again. So bring it in, cover it up tonight. Potential impacts to early crops and buds with this as well. So I know a lot of farmers across the Ozarks are watching the system very carefully. Overnight lows again tonight fall below freezing for much of the area. I think temperatures once again will be in the mid-20s to low 30s, likely resulting in another hard freeze in the Ozarks on the way for us tonight. The weather setup shows that big cold front that brought us the storm chances last week, it's now well off to the south, and we are under the influence of high pressure here in the Midwest. It's allowing for these really cold nights. We don't have the clouds to blanket us and keep us very warm. So we get the sunshine during the day, not even much in the way of cloud cover, but it's going to be windy and sunny and not a very nice day to be outdoors today. The other thing it's doing for us is lowering the relative humidity, and with the gusty winds, keep in mind there's going to be some elevated fire weather conditions possible across the Ozarks again, both today and tomorrow. Elevated fire danger each afternoon. That happens through tomorrow. Dry air is filtering into the region. Afternoon relative humidity values are going to drop to 20 to 35% range. That's low, and it means any fire that gets going today could take off quickly in these conditions. They can spread really rapidly. So burning, not a great idea today. That's going to be the case tomorrow also. High temperatures today, I have mid 40s. It's never going to feel that warm though, because there comes a north wind with it. We're feeling like the 30s most of the day. Truly, if you're thinking about, getting the kids out the door this morning, winter coats is going to be what's necessary. Hats, gloves in some instances if you have to be outdoors for any extended period of time. Warm and windy then on Tuesday. We get a wind shift and temperatures are easily back into the mid and upper 60s by Tuesday. So we turn things right around, and it is just in time because the spring equinox actually happens on Tuesday, officially at 10:06 p.m. So Wednesday will be our first full day of spring in the Ozarks. Temperatures will be cooler than normal as we start the week, but springtime, it's arriving right on time because Tuesday is actually our warm up in the forecast. We'll then cool down again for late in the week. I'm thinking the Thursday, Friday time frame will fall back into the 50s for high. So not cold, but cooler than what we've been accustomed to so far in the month of March. We do have temperatures that are going to get really cold again tonight below the freezing point. And then I think that's the last freeze in this extended forecast. Around the country, other things making headlines. Of course, I'm sure you saw some of the snowfall out west. Snowfall still lingering out there. Moderate to heavy snowfall for the central and southern Rockies. That's wrapping up today. Also got lake effect snow in the forecast for the Great Lakes region and freeze watches out for much of the south. So a lot of activity going on across the country as well. All right, I want to give you another look at the Around the Ozarks wake up weather brain twister question. This is the question that I left you with on Friday. Yesterday, of course, St. Patrick's Day. And according to folklore, what's a leprechaun's occupation? Do you think it is A, shoemaker, B, a tailor, C, a leather worker, or D, a blacksmith? Well, if you guessed A, you would be correct. A leprechaun, according to folklore, is known to be a cobbler. Their occupation is making shoes. They like to spend time alone making those shoes, but they also enjoy practical jokes, the leprechauns, comedians, and cobblers. So a shoemaker is the correct answer. Congrats if that was your guess last week on aroundtheozarks.com. Here's a look at the question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. We'll move on right to the next holiday. When Peeps were originally created in 1953, how long did it take to make a single marshmallow chick? Do you think it's A, 12 hours, B, 18 hours, C, 27 hours, or D, 32 hours? You can submit your guess. That happens at aroundtheozarks.com. What you can win, $20 to Scooter's Coffee. We give that away every single day here on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. So congrats to all of our winners from last week, and you could be a winner too this week. Just head on over to the website, enter your guess. It is free to do so. And we sure are appreciative to our sponsors, Scooter's Coffee and Rescue Towing. And thank you for listening on this Monday. It's cold, feeling more like winter in the Ozarks, but spring arrives tomorrow. Warmer weather on the horizon. Another hard freeze in the forecast tonight. Today, you're looking at a high temperature of 44 with a strong north wind blowing all day, but we are staying rain-free in the Ozarks to kick off the new work week. Hope everyone still has a great day, even though it's going to be on the cold side.